57%. That is what separated Atlassian and the trade desk at Friday's close. One earnings session. Both companies swept into the same software and AI story. Atlassian gained 35%, the trade desk lost 22%, and the software ETF that holds names like these, it finished the day up 3.3%. Okay, so the headline version of last week was software is back, and at the index level that's fair. The fund went up, the week was strong, but if you're a normal person with a job, software is back tells you to go buy a software fund. And what that fund did on Friday? Up 3%, it describes almost none of the companies inside it. That's the thing worth understanding. An index gives you an average, and in an earnings week, the average can hide a 57% spread. Let's start with the winner because the print was strong. Atlassian makes the tools engineering teams run on. Jira, Confluence. It reported earnings on Thursday after the close. Fiscal fourth quarter ended 30th June. Revenue $1.77 billion, which is up 28%. And cloud revenue is also up 31%. And the line I look at first. The remaining performance obligations are $4.8 billion, up 44%. That is contracted revenue the company hasn't recognized yet, so it gives you a view past a single quarter. It isn't perfect. Contract length and renewal timing move it around. But 44% growth says this was more than a cosmetic beat. And here's a context that reframes the celebration. Even after a 35% up day, Atlassian is still down about 6% over the past 12 months. $56 low, a $189 high. That's a stock climbing out of a hole, not breaking new ground. Now let's look at the same week's other beat. Cloudflare also beat and raised its outlook. It was up 16% before the opening bell. It opened at $318 and touched an intraday record of $324. But it closed at $300, up 5.6%. Measured from the previous close, it handed back about 61% of its peak gain during the session in which it reported a great quarter. Same story from the same sector, yet three different answers depending on whether you read the pre-market, the intraday or the close. And it's not just two stocks. Friday's moves across software and software adjacent names were like this. Some of the gainers, Expensify 36% up, Doximity 33%, Sprout Social 26%. And some of the losers, Health Catalyst 25%, Weave 21%, and Blend Labs 16%. Those are selected extremes, not the whole sector. Some of those companies aren't even classified as software. Doximity and Health Catalyst sit more in healthcare, which is part of the point. The word software gets applied loosely, and then people allocate on it. And in the middle of all this, Airtable agreed to be acquired at a $1.29 billion enterprise value. It had a peak valuation of nearly $11 billion. What a fall from grace. So what do I make of it? The popular explanation is that investors are sorting which software companies AI protects and which it eventually eats. Maybe true, but one session doesn't prove it. What we can measure is this. It was a strong week for the software basket, paired with unusually wide company-level reactions. Both things are true, but most coverage picked just one, which means I'm buying software tells you roughly as much as the index did on Friday, which is just the average went up. So what would move me from a strong earnings week to durable software re-rating? Two things. First would be the breadth. Most software names need to participate in the rally, including the ones that didn't report yet. A re-rating shows up in companies with no news as well. If the gains stay concentrated only in the beats, this was an earnings rally wearing a sector costume. And then comes durability. These earning gaps need to survive the next several weeks rather than seeing a reverse. Cloudflare actually gave back 60% of its up move on the same day. So I would want both, a durable rally across the breadth of the software sector. And if Atlassian fills its Friday opening gap, that weakens the software re-rating case significantly. If you want to understand market moves in a simple way, like the video and subscribe to my channel.